Good morning. My name is Netanel Klein of Beit Midrash Shechondov. This is my second video brought to you as part of the Daily Dose of Videos, the summer edition. If possible, please subscribe to our channel to see more of our content and press the like button on the video to enable it to reach more people. As part of my Happiness in Judaism theme, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite holidays, Purim. We're told in the Gemara, Mishenichnas Adar Marbin B'Simcha. When the month of Adar enters, we need to increase and have more joy. And in the Megillah, in chapter 9, we're told in 3 separate verses that Purim is supposed to be a Yom Mishteh V'Simcha, a day of feasting and rejoicing. Another mention in the same parak calls it a Yom Mishteh Simcha and Yom Tov, feasting, rejoicing, and a Yom Tov, to have it just like other festivals where we have different prohibitions about the work we can do and not doing malacha. However, the Gemara in Masechet Megillah, page 5a and b, explains that Purim was originally intended to be like a Yom Tov, to be like one of the special days of the festival, but the people never accepted it, and therefore no Yom Tov restrictions apply, and it's only a Yom Mishteh V'Simcha, a day of feasting and rejoicing. In yesterday's video, I mentioned how one cannot marry on a festival for 2 main reasons. En me'arvin simcha b'simcha, you can't mix one joy with another joy, and the verse says v'samachta b'chagecha, you should rejoice in your festival, which means rejoice in the festival and not in your wife. So how do these ideas and these reasons apply to Purim? Is there a similar prohibition on Purim as well? So the Shulchan Aruch in Orach Chaim 696-8 states that one is permitted to get married on Purim. And the Taz explains simply because it's not a festival. And like we just said, one of the reasons is you're v'samachta b'chagecha. You have to rejoice in your festival, and it's on the festival that you're not permitted to get married. However, Purim is not a festival, it's not a Yom Tov, therefore you could get married. But we still have a second reason of en me'arvin simcha b'simcha. You can mix one joy with another joy. And because of that, the Magen Avraham ruled that one cannot get married on Purim because you're mixing one joy with another. However, I wanted to share a piece by the Mishnat Yavetz, Rav Yaakov Emden, who offers a new perspective on the joy and how it relates to Purim, and why perhaps the Shulchan Aruch permitted getting married on Purim, even though it's mixing a joy with another joy. And this is in Orach Chaim 79. And he writes, it's my translation to it. Regarding the joy of Purim, it's not relevant to say one may not mix a joy with another joy. Because regarding the festivals, it says that you must rejoice in your festival and not in your wife, like we said. And on Purim, it only says feasting and joy. We said Yom Mishteh V'Simcha, and anything that brings one joy is permitted. That's his key line. On Purim, anything that brings joy is permitted. The interpretation of his words is at a festival, it says rejoice in your festival, meaning the obligation is to rejoice in the festival itself and not to rejoice in a different celebration, and therefore one may not mix a joy of marriage with the joy of the festival. On one of the major holidays, Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkot, the mitzvah is only to rejoice and to be happy in something that's related to that festival directly. But regarding Purim, it says days of feasting and joy, meaning the main mitzvah is for it to be a day of joy, and there's no distinction with what one should be happy with. If so, also with the joy of marriage, one fulfills the mitzvah of joy on Purim. Meaning, also with the joy of marriage, one fulfills the mitzvah of joy on Purim, and because of that, one may marry on Purim. That Purim's main mitzvah is to be joyful, and any way you can bring that about is permitted, and that's why the Shulchan Aruch permits marriage, and why mixing one joy with another is not an issue with Purim. It's not that it forbids other joys out of fear of taking away from it, but rather it recognizes that other joys enhance the day and bring out its true intentions, which is being happy. It encompasses the entire day and might be why some customs arose, like dressing up on Purim, which brings more happiness to the day itself, because it's not only in reading the Megillah, not only having the meal, but it's also other actions that you can include that will enhance the day and bring out more joy and happiness in it. Have a great day.